Hey, it's Will Blunt here, the founder of Blogger Sidekick. Now, I know there's a lot of conflicting advice out there. Content marketing, SEO, growth hacking, social media marketing, inbound marketing. Where do you possibly start with all of that? I get it. It can be seriously confusing at times, especially when you apply something you've read about and it all falls flat. You can invest a whole lot of time for no return on effort. The one thing you can be sure about is that content is winning. Content is at the core of all of these marketing strategies. It's the one staying factor, and Google has recognized that. More and more, we see the biggest search engine in the world favoring longer, more resourceful content. The problem you face is that everyone is doing it now. It's too late to be a first mover on this stuff. That's more noise and a whole lot less chance that people that you need to will hear your message online. The good news is, SEO and content marketing is actually much simpler than most people make it. And there are some common mistakes that I see people making over and over again. It's not your fault if you're doing the same. I've made several of these mistakes myself, and that's why I want to help you avoid them. As marketers, we have a tendency to grab shortcuts at every opportunity. So when we are sitting down to write content, we come up with a whole bunch of ideas that sound interesting. But the question you have to ask yourself is, how do you know? How do you know that your ideal customers will actually care about the content you're creating? You don't most of the time. And that's why this is such a fundamental mistake people are making. You need to understand exactly what your customers care about before creating content. Otherwise, it's pointless. The two questions you need to answer are, what problem are they trying to solve when they type a question into a search engine? And what type of content has previously performed well in this space? Until you can answer those two questions, creating content is wasted time and energy. Far too often I see people get length confused with quality. They think just because an article or a resource is 5, 6, or 7,000 words long, that is high quality. That couldn't be further from the truth. You have to start from the premise of being helpful first. Solve one of your customers' biggest problems. Help them by making your content easy to consume with visual media and engaging copywriting techniques. Sure, longer content has more chance to attract backlinks and keep visitors on your site for longer and get buzz on social media. All those things that the search engines care about. But it needs to be good. Don't just create long content because someone told you to. Even if you put together a masterful piece of content that is well researched, solves a core pain point of your ideal customer, and is engaging from start to finish, who really cares if no one reads it? Too many people fall into the trap of putting in hours and hours of work creating a piece of content and spend absolutely no time promoting it. All of that hard work is lost if you don't commit at least an equal amount of time on promoting your work as you did creating it. Average content will perform better than extraordinary content if it is well promoted. These final two mistakes are like a bad hangover from old SEO tactics. The last thing you want to do is aimlessly plug your content with keywords just because you think it will pop up more in searches. Google really hates this now. They want users to have an experience after clicking on a link in one of their searches, not read half-assed content with keywords stuffed everywhere. The best way to approach writing high-quality content is to think about humans first and the search engines second. That's not to say that you shouldn't include keywords. In fact, they are your number one language for communicating with search engines. However, the quality of your content is more important. Google's algorithm is smart enough these days to intuitively position your content where it should be anyway. When someone types a query into a Google search, the results are shown based on a complex set of factors built into the search algorithm. Hyperlinks from other websites is one of the most important of these factors. It basically has the most influence over where you turn up in the list of potential pages. In the old days, websites would try and game the system by getting links from anywhere and everywhere. This got Google a little bit frustrated. These days, any link isn't considered a good link. You need to focus on attracting hyperlinks from respected and authoritative websites, not just anywhere. The challenge becomes that most people don't quite understand what makes for a good website and how to go about influencing them to link back to your content. So as I said earlier, SEO and content marketing is much simpler than people make it. If you want to find out more about what you should do when it comes to this stuff, instead of just learning about the mistakes you should avoid, I've included a link accompanying this video to a blog post. The blog post breaks down exactly how you combine SEO and content marketing in the perfect partnership for driving sustainable website traffic.